honey. I had to hurry up and get back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration, and we're here to help you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. Let's talk about this full moon. Let's talk about this full moon. The moon is going to be full tomorrow night, or should I say April 7th at night. From what I'm seeing from all the charts, it's going to be at its height, though, on April 8th at 2:34 in the morning. So let me just suffice it to say I love each and every one of you, but I am not going to be up at 2:30 in the morning doing a live meditation at that time. We'll meditate together, because we always do, or I'll replay a meditation. We'll do something. But beloveds, I'm not going to be up at 2:30 in the morning with y'all. I love you. Lots. So, I want to get into that. You will notice down in the bottom of the screen, heartofinspiration.net. That is my website. Here, we've got 40% off of all live sessions you book on heartofinspiration.net. Or we can go to patreon.com/heartofinspiration. We just did a really good, really good Lightworker activation discussion just yesterday for any and all Patreons. It's up there. It's posted. We talked about DNA activation. We just went ham, okay? We went in there, and there was a lot of good stuff to talk about. So I want to just put that out there to you guys. Consider that you'll also be able to work with me. We are revamping that. So those that are patrons now, I'll be asking you if you still want to be patrons, because we're just revamping the type of readings that I do on there, working with me as we kind of go forward. Now, if you see me looking up, it's because I'm looking at my monitor, because I do have notes that I typed up for this full moon. Welcome everybody into the chat. I want to really kind of discuss this full moon as, let me bring up the chart. Let's do that. I'm going to bring the chart up. I think I could do it better from here. All right, let me get my pen. And this is a pink. I hope you're going to be able to see that pink on the screen. There, it is a pink supermoon. Now, the pink supermoon is not because it's going to look pink. It's just because this is a pink moon, just because it is typically when the roses first start to bloom. Roses, tulips, that sort of thing. Pink flowers. So think spring, think pink. This is why. Of course, the full moon, as most of you all know, is when the moon is in direct opposition from the sun. So it appears its largest, its brightest, its most beautiful, it's full, because it's directly in opposition from the Earth's perspective to the sun. Therefore, it can reflect all of the sun's light. It's at the maximum. The maximum light it can reflect, it's going to. The moon is a luminary, but it is not self-illuminating. So, you know how sometimes you can have, the moon rules emotions and water, and the moon is very symbolic of spiritual or spirituality, movings of the spirit. It is energy in motion. The ocean is always in motion. Therefore, heretofore, when the moon is full, it is a big reflection. It shows us what we're feeling deep down inside. It gives us a chance to look at our feelings deep down inside and release some things, and in this case, rebirth. It is a big manifestation moment, always. Always. It is especially a big manifestation moment for a few reasons that I've not seen other people, maybe one other person discuss, but I think we're going to bring some stuff out here today. Um, Sun in Aries, all about self. Moon in Libra, all about collaboration. At its very core, where do you fit into the greater good? Where do you fit into the collaborative effort of the many? Where do you fit? That is at the very core, at the very basis, what we're really here to figure out. How do my talents, how do my gifts, how do I fit into the greater good? How do I fit, who are my people I'm supposed to be collaborating with? Who are the people I'm no longer supposed to collaborate with? Are these people really serving my best interest? Am I serving their best interest as well? Am I serving my own best interest? Put that all together. That's the baseline for where we're going. Now, the rest of how we get there is going to be really interesting. Now, I want you to notice a few things. First of all, this moon is trining, which is not something that they discuss because it's past. So during the day on the 7th, it will actually, maybe even today. Hang on, beloveds. Let me look at today's chart. Yeah, it's not there yet. So tomorrow during the day, when does it get into? So right now as we speak, in a matter of 6 minutes, the moon will enter into Libra. 6 minutes, 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. It's gonna enter into Libra. So, let's say overnight, probably, it'll be fully dead on trining Venus in Gemini. But I'm going to still call this a trine, even though it's not exact, but the energies are still trining energies. So this moon illuminating how we do the group thing, how we collaborate, wanting to make the collaborations work. So relationship-wise, we're really going to want to be making things work or ascertaining whether or not they can work in every relationship. That's why I'm calling this release and rebirth, because sometimes the rebirth comes from the release. Sometimes you got to let some things go to get something new. Sometimes you got to let go of your own thought process about what things are to let something in new. And Venus in Gemini does a lot. Venus in Gemini shows us where is the love. It changes our ideas about it. It makes us look at it from an airy thought process point of view, intellectualize it, rather than, because it's that third house energy, intellectualize it, rather than when it's in Taurus, it's just like, well, I don't want it to go anywhere. This is the finer things of life. This is what I cherish. I'm not letting it go. I'm holding on to it for dear life. And instead in Gemini, it's more like, well, yeah, it was cool. And you're good here, and you're good here, and you're really good there. But are you really good for me overall? Am I really good for you? Can I put up with you for the rest of my life? Can I put up with it? Is that collaboration really going to work? I don't know. Maybe, he smacks when he eats, or maybe she just kind of burps and doesn't, try to hold it in or cover up her mouth. I don't know what. Maybe you don't like how she scratches her head every now and again. The nervous twitch. Maybe you just don't like the way that, It could be any number of things. But Gemini, Venus in Gemini is going to look at that and be like, well, and you're going to intellectualize it. Or when maybe they've been saying certain things in certain ways and you're questioning it. So maybe before you didn't mind the fact that, when you say, I love you, they say, you too, or me too, and they don't actually say, I love you. Maybe your boss at work isn't giving you a lot of accolades, and normally it doesn't really make a difference if they don't call your name out during the meeting or really make a big deal about, whatever it is, give you any attaboys, attagirls, pats on the back, compliments, and maybe now it bothers you because it doesn't feel very collaborative. Okay? So I can see us questioning a lot about all of these things. I can see that very clearly. Now, that's something a lot of these, I study, I listen, people ain't talking about that. This also makes you question money, how you're earning it, what you're thinking about it, where you want to invest it. It's time for me to do it for me, not for other people. I'm willing to cut back on some expenses so I can get what I want so that this can fit into this greater plan. Okay? Now, the other thing, though, I want you to see is we've got a nice little T-square almost going on here, don't we? It's close. The moon is going to be squaring our lovely couple, Jupiter and Pluto. Powerful. Opposing the sun, and then Jupiter-Pluto is also squaring the sun. Wow. What a challenge. This is going to challenge us to really go in deep and see this personal transformation we're going through right now to achieve our greatest good, to change foundationally, to rise as the phoenix, to find our personal power. Pluto is a power struggle. Jupiter is expansion. Literally, how are we expanding our power? Hey, El Jubo. Hey, Dee. Hey, Michael. S. Marie, Goddess, Janelle, Marie. I didn't get a chance to speak. Literally expanding our power. That's literally what this is saying. Pluto is the struggle. It's power, man. It's power. It's control. By any means necessary. Jupiter is expansion. It's network. It's, right? It wants to have a little fun. So the dark side of this can be kind of a diabolical, pinky in the brain. How are we going to take it over? More like Darth Vader. But the good side of this is regaining personal power and expressing it. Right? This personal transformation, and now we're ready to express it. How are we going to express it? What does this look like? How does the expression of our transformative selves, how do we integrate that into who we are on a foundational basis? Because who we were no longer correlates and jives with who we are now. It doesn't line up anymore. And it won't line up ever again. So if you're allowing yourself to go through the ascension process and go through the awakening process and have your DNA activated and all these things that happen at this time, all this is happening, this awakening thing, right? And you're going through this, you're going through it, you're growing and you're transforming. And if you truly allow that you allow yourself to regain your power and rediscover it and remember it, how is that fitting into everything? And the challenge now is with the sun squaring that Pluto-Jupiter conjunction, with the moon squaring that Pluto-Jupiter conjunction, and then the sun and the moon opposing each other, saying, oh, I'm going to show you how you really feel about this. I'm going to show you where you doubt yourself. I'm going to show you where you're not sure of yourself. I'm going to show you as well where you might actually be scared of yourself. And I'm going to help you understand that there's no need for you to be scared of yourself. Hey, Trine. I'm going to help you understand there's absolutely no need for you to be scared of yourself. You're just remembering who the heck you are. And integrating that new person in this rebirth. You're integrating this new awareness of yourself into yourself and rebirth. You got to release the old way of thinking about this, though. Because if you don't release that, you can't. It's like, it's, oh my gosh. You know what it's like? It's like a breech birth. Where the baby come out sideways, come up with his back out, instead of, butt first, instead of head first. That's not the way it's supposed to happen. Head first. You come into this world head first. Not tushy first. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay? I'm just looking at the chat. So, it's squaring, so the sun is basically saying, Aries, personal power is saying, oh yeah, this is good for me. I love this right here. Bam, let's do it. Bam, I'm going to challenge you. Bam, I'm going to challenge you. The moon is then saying, oh, we ain't got time for you to be moody about this now. I know you got some emotion going on. It's over there in Libra. It's over here in Libra, this pink moon over here in Libra, saying, I know, man, I really wish I could work with you, but I can't, so we gotta go. I get it, but when on the other side, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be balanced on the other side. You're gonna fit into where you need to fit into in the greater scheme of things, okay? You're finally gonna be able to take your place at the seat at the table. You're gonna finally be able to crawl up in that chair at the table without your feet dangling because you was a little kid. And your feet gonna touch the floor. So it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be in balance. The other thing that's forcing us to think to really do this is this quincunxy? Not really, well, almost. No, that's a dead square. I don't know why I didn't have that on there. 1, 2, 3. That's a dead square. Uranus squaring Mars in Aquarius. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mars kind of doesn't mind being in that Aquarius energy either, because it's like, oh yeah, we gonna get this. Aquarians can be a tad bit aggressive. So that Mars aggression, like, yeah, let's get it, let's go, let's move it. And Uranus down there in Taurus, like, oh yeah, I've been tearing it up down here already. Let's go. So this is like bringing the winds of revolution to your fixed earth. Bringing the winds of revolution to all of this changing, the winds of evolution, the strength of evolution coming in, revolutionary new beings. Now, on a global level, could I perhaps say, yeah, it's a little tight, man. I wouldn't be surprised if people are feeling a tad bit stir crazy. A big need for freedom right now. We're feeling like we're tired of being cooped up. We need some freedom. We need some answers. We need some results. We need some changes happening. We need some changes happening here. Big time. The other problem that I'm not going to say it's a problem, but the other interesting thing is we have a quincux with, oops, down here, with the moon and Mercury in Pisces. Be careful that you are not wanting to please others. Be careful that you're being sure of people's uh their intentions. Be sure that what you're doing and where you're growing and where you're going and what you're putting into motion right now is really based on your reality and not somebody else's reality. And not wanting to please other people. Right? Pisceans can be rather people pleasers. Librans can be rather people pleasers as well sometimes, wanting that harmony, right? Librans don't want disharmony. So this moon is not about being in disharmony, but this moon is about resonating in perfect harmony with who you are and how you line up with the group. And if there are groups that you do not align with, we've got lovely Venus down here in Gemini to say, I told you so. They wasn't no good for you. Right? That's where I'm seeing this kind of go. Saturn has been such a big player in everything for a little while. It's not really so much of a big player right now. It's hanging out. It's doing its thing. It's still making its changes and changing up the rules. But I feel like it's in this weird little holding pattern. Like, I'm going to wait to see what y'all do on an individual basis first. And waiting to see how y'all really wishing to come together. And then we're going to kick it in high gear. Saturn, I feel, is just waiting in the cut to go back into Capricorn. And have another bite at that apple on May 10th, on Mother's Day. So y'all better be nice to y'all mamas, otherwise it could be hell to tell the captain if y'all, I'm just saying. But do you understand what I'm saying here? So relationship-wise, interpersonal relationships, and how you operate. I don't want to forget this sextile either. Yep. Dead sextile, Jupiter and Pluto with Mercury. Wow. So you're going to have this motivation to change, to morph, to become that phoenix, to exercise your power, to break loose, to this is who I really am, and this is the land I want to take kind of thing, to go off and conquer. Be sure, though, you're going and conquering land that you're meant to conquer, and not conquer land somebody else tells you should conquer. It can get a little murky right now with this energy. Yes, Casey, this is the 7th, but really late at night. It's sometimes you can be listening to somebody for so long and be in a relationship with them for so long that their desires become yours. And you didn't even realize that it had changed. You didn't even realize that somehow you lost yourself in all of this. This is a self-discovery time, too, for those of you that are in some tight relationships. Again, these relationships could be romantic, it could be work, it could be friendship, it could be family, whatever the case is. This is any interpersonal relationship we got going on right now. And really beginning to exercise our new strength. And as we're going along this discovery pattern, in this discovery portal of power, of self-power, I don't want to say preservation, but transformation from the inside out, and exercising it and integrating it. So be very careful you're not integrating somebody else's dreams for you. And you may need to really examine what these dreams are. If you've been working on something and trying to manifest something or whatever, working towards something, and it just don't seem to be, it just at every turn, it just doesn't seem to be working, maybe you need to go within yourself and make sure this was truly your idea and not somebody else's. You know, you could be good at something. I'm very good at writing. I write very well. It's not narcissistic, it's just, it is. I write very well. And for a long time, people were saying, you should be a writer, you should be a journalist, you should be this, you should be that. And, anything to do with writing. And I started to integrate that as to maybe that's who I should be. And then it was, I always wanted to be a doctor. Very good at science and math. So I integrated that because that's what my mom and my dad wanted. Right? And the minute I said it at 4, every year darn near, I got something, doctor kit, doctor toys, doctor this, doctor that, medical encyclopedias for one Christmas. Yes, I got a set of medical encyclopedias for Christmas one year. I think it was 10. And believe it or not, I actually used them and read them. But anyway, so somewhere along the line, like that's the only way I knew to be a healer and to help people was to be a doctor. Only now I'm a healer and I help people in a very esoteric, very different fashion. So the core of the desire and dream was right. The core was right. The end all execution, though, turned out to be something very different. So I'm going to ask you just to re-examine how you're executing the prime directive. My Trekkies will know what I'm talking about. Executing the prime directive. How are you executing that? And is there a need to switch it, change it, massage it? You know what I'm saying? Make it your own instead of their own. Wow. It's going to be, and look guys, pretty soon the nodes are going to have moved. That's going to be rather significant. Okay. Let me go ahead on and go back here. I did not want to be, I was on for just 2 hours before, just a few minutes ago. So, child, I'm a little tired. I want to open this up, though, for questions. We are going to meditate tomorrow in the evening because this full moon is going to be full at 2 something in the morning. I ain't going to be up with y'all on the 8th at 2:30 in the morning Central Time. I love you, but I will not be doing that. Okay. Do we have any questions about what we're seeing with the more mundane, I would say, astrology? I do see from that chart, though, I do want to say something. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised with Mercury now moving away from Neptune in Pisces. Don't be surprised if more hidden truths don't come out over the next few days, especially with this full moon. Don't be surprised if hidden truths don't come out, and that there is a deep sense of feeling, emotion of justice that comes out. The planets are ripe. Hey, AW. The planets are ripe for a justice to be started that is near and dear to our hearts and will tug at our heartstrings. For those that have not been empowered to be empowered. Also for some people to try to take a bigger power grab than before, than what they currently have. However, it's not it's not going to be able to succeed. It's going to be harder than what they think, but don't be shocked. The next few days are going to, it should prove to be rather interesting, maybe into the full next week. But I really, with that Venus in Gemini, child, you're going to hear some real true feelings from a certain somebody. My trine know who I'm talking about. You're going to hear some real true feelings. There's going to be a blow up of relationship. There's going to be a blow up. There's going to be an exposure. Because Mars in Aries is not going to be able to, especially squaring Uranus in Taurus, that's not going to allow for inconsistency, or should I say mistreatment of the greater good. Not going to allow for that. AW says, is it good to take a leap of faith as a Libra while you're out of work? I think it's good for you to really discover, yes, who you are, really discover what your passion is, and where you find your most personal power. Gemini, Venus in Gemini is actually good for business, entrepreneurship, doing what you love. While you're out of work, what do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. I mean, don't spend a whole ton of money. Like, don't deplete your savings. That's the Cancer in me talking, though. Don't deplete your savings. But start, yeah, with what you love, and you see that path, and that path has been put down in your heart. Go for it. Definitely. It's a good question, AW. Do we have any other questions? Because I'm not gonna be on here long, y'all. I'm not gonna be on long. Wanted to keep this one short and sweet so people will watch it. Y'all don't like to watch long videos. Okay, gotta wait. While I'm waiting for just if there's any more questions, don't forget 40% off any live sessions. So if you would like to get a reading, be it transit, be it mediumship, be it tarot, energy work, any live time with me is 40% off. That's right, AW. Don't spend all your money. So it's 40% off at heartofinspiration.net. Please go and book. I'm gonna, we're leaving it at 40% off for a little bit. I don't know how much longer. Okay. All right, guys. I want to just wrap this up really quick. Tomorrow we're going to meditate and do our full moon rituals as well. And the ritual, all it really is, guys, is like putting your manifestation down, okay? Getting ready to release toxic people, all right? And toxic energy. It's not anything crazy. I'm not asking y'all to get anybody's hair or anything like that. Akashic Records. I don't think I'm going to do 40% off of the Akashic Record readings. And I haven't put those on my website yet. But Sharon, you and I can talk about that separately. We'll talk about that separate. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being with me. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I'm going to go on and get some rest because I haven't had much rest lately. This is a beautiful news. This is a beautiful supermoon. It is going to be very, very close. What time? MS Mountain Standard Time. So if it's 2:30 and 2:34. Oh, you mean the meditation tomorrow? Hi, Lila. We will get together to meditate tomorrow, actually fairly early. 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern is when we will get together to meditate. All right? You are so welcome, Goddess Essence. I love seeing you, honey. Thanks, guys, for showing up. I appreciate all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share the video, please. For me, that's like the best advertisement I could get is for you to share this video. Thanks, guys, so much. Oh, and check your subscriptions. Some of you guys, I've noticed that like the subscriber count is going down, so just check and make sure, because I've noticed some people have had to resubscribe like 3 or 4 times recently. Check that bell, click the bell, and be sure that you turn your notifications on so you know when I'm going on. All right, peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye, guys.